Look around you, different things born out of truth and passion. Business software, it's our craft, our identity. Thoughtfully engineered, passionately designed to help you transform your business. Zoho, made in India, made for the world.
And other than Dr. Habil Khorakiwala, the founder chairman at Wockhardt Group, joining in on the show right now. Dr. Khorakiwala, thank you so much for your time today. And I want to start off with Zaynich because that is where all the market curiosity is. You're planning a US filing for Zaynich by the second quarter of FY26, right? How confident are you of hitting that milestone?
I think in next few days we will be filing Zaynich to USFDA. So I think we are reasonably on the milestone, what we have decided. And it's a very large document generally. So it takes 5-6 hours of even electronic filing, something like 40,000-50,000 pages.
That's great to hear. And the launch, that is slated for the calendar year 26-27, I'm assuming. What do you sense could be the big roadblock, if at all?
Yeah, there is no roadblock likely to be there because we had a number of discussions with USFDA in last 4 to 5 months. And we believe that we should be getting approval sometime in the middle of the year and launch maybe after that. And I can also mention that in view of new tariff for branded products, we are in the process of getting Zanic manufactured in USA to avoid the impact of the tariff. So that is what we have already decided, and we should be able to manufacture within 2 years there.
So domestically, trying to understand, Mr. Khorakiwala, this is Harsha, trying to understand what are you doing and how's the progress with regard to approvals?
We have already filed to DCGI sometime in April this year, when we hope to receive approval by end of this year or early next year. And hopefully sometime in March, April, we should be launching the product in India.
Dr. Khorakiwala, you know, the global patient pool for Zaynich, from my understanding, is pegged at about $2 million, right? With almost $9 billion of a market size. Can you break down this for us? How exactly the estimate was arrived at? How big is the opportunity size? And how is it that you plan to capture that into Wockhardt with the Zaynich launch?
See, the opportunity has been arrived in terms of the resistance organism where Zanic is effective and where most other drugs, almost all other drugs are not effective. And that is being calculated in terms of what kind of price point we will get in various markets, including US, India, others. And that is how this has been arrived at. So, in other words, this is a total potential. Obviously, it is not possible to get the entire potential capture, but we do expect over the years, we should be able to capture a fairly large market share of this potential.
Understood, sir. So, the MICMAF phase 3 is also kick-started. What kind of an opportunity does that present for you, and what kind of an impact will that have on your numbers, and how quickly?
MICMAF, we just launched a few months back, and we expect triple-digit sales next year, over about 100 crores or so. And it has a great potential because collectively it caters to very unmet need. It works on 97% of pneumonia cases, where other drugs have resistance of 40-50%, the older ones. And it is only a 3-day oral treatment. So it's a very simple treatment. we prevent hospitalization of patients, which is happening today. And therefore, we expect MICMAF to be a fairly significant product over the next 3 years or so.
So you said triple digit. So that'll be 3-digit crore annual. Is that
Yeah,
how
that is what we feel next year we should be able to do that.
Okay, and would that be closer to 1,000? Just trying to understand.
No, it would be initially 100 or plus,
Okay.
but over next 3 years it could multiply opportunity, because a new drug takes time for a doctor to understand, have a prescribed few patients, see the result outcome. But I can say so far, wherever we have introduced to specialists, to pulmonologists and chest specialists, they have seen excellent results and some unexpected positive results they have seen. And most of the doctors who have prescribed once, they have continued to prescribe.
Dr. Khorakiwala, I want to just get back to the commercial strategy for Zaynich, because, that's where all your shareholder curiosity is. I believe there are two options on the table right now. Either you market Zaynich yourself or you out-license it. Which way are you leaning?
See, both these options are open as far as the US is concerned. As far as most other markets is concerned, we would either go for out-licensing or more probably do approval of the product and then find marketing distribution partners in many markets. So that will optimize our value creation, because it's not only one product we have, it's 3, 4, 5 products over the years. So we would rather spend time, energy in creation of a new molecule, getting them out, and focus on a major market like US, India, for our own marketing effort. And most other markets, we find partners for distribution and marketing purpose. However, we will create a complete support team from India in terms of scientific and medical for information and training of the people for the partners.
So given that the option to out-license is there, what kind of deal or valuation that you're looking at? I know early days yet, but any number that you may have?
No, I think it would be very difficult to mention that, mainly because what we have to see what kind of offer we receive. And if we create our own organization, which we are in the process of doing it. So we are making this as a real option, so that the valuation, in case we license it, we get a right valuation. Otherwise, we always have the other option available.
So, Mr. Khorakiwala, would you describe Zaynich as a game changer for Wockhardt's fortunes, and Wockhardt being a global play? Would you say that? Or would you say that this is just one more product in the many pipeline?
I must say that Zaynich is not only game changers for Wockhardt and other products which were coming, but I think it is fundamentally a game changer to manage difficult gram-negative infection, which are nearly kills about 5 million lives every year in the world. And gram-negative covers about 65 to 70% of those infections. So from that point of view, it is not only for Wockhardt, but it is for the world itself in anti-infective space. It's a game changer.
But just on the point of the commercialization strategy, Dr. Khorakiwala, isn't there a risk of leaving sort of long-term value on the table if you hand it over to the big pharma? And I'm specifically talking about Zaynich.
Yeah, but therefore, what we will be weighing is if we do it ourselves, because it requires relatively a small team of less than 100 people in US to market Zanic, because it's a very serious drug. It is used in intensive care and it is to a very serious patient. So you don't require a very large marketing team. So that option we are really creating. And at the same time, we are looking if we are getting a very great valuation for that in the US, we will consider a partner.
Okay. So I want to talk a little bit about the financials as well. Talk about you've done a fundraise. What's the debt picture therefore looking like? What's the roadmap in your view?
See, our current debt picture is other than a family loan which is sitting in the company. If you look at only at the external loan, it is very negligible. It is few hundred crores only. And it is less than a fraction of 1% debt equity ratio. Going forward, basically will generate. We are sitting on a fairly good amount of cash.
Sure. Yes.
Because of the fundraising we have done.
Yes.
And we will revisit depending on what is our requirement and our cash flow. From time to time, and we'll respond to that basically. And we'll communicate as and when we take a clear position.
And the last piece is around US tariffs. You've suggested that, of course, and you have facilities in Europe which should be able to somewhere insulate you from some amount of tariffs. But give us a sense. Do you believe that that's going to impact you materially or maybe not?
We don't think it will impact us materially.
Sure.
For 2 or 3 reasons. Because we make in Europe and we are not very sure of the agreement between Europe and US. And this 100% tariff is applicable to European products. We are not too sure. If it is not, then it is only 15%. But anyway, we are moving forward in 2 years' time to make Zaynich in USA. Because we are looking at the facility who can manufacture this product. And we are already taking initiative that in 2 years' time, with the USFDA approval of the facility and other things, we should be in the US market for manufacturing in US for US purposes.
And what cost would it incur, manufacturing in the US?
Anyway, we are manufacturing in Europe today, and there is some, even if it is Europe, some kind of tariff is there. So I don't see a significant cost. I don't see a significant cost at all of manufacturing the product in US.
Thank you so much, Mr. Khorakiwala, for coming in and speaking with us. Of course, stock was on a tear yesterday, and this gives us great perspective on what's happening. So, and of course, us as well as shareholders, your shareholders. So, thank you so much for coming in. What we'll do is we'll slip into a very short break, viewers. We'll come back with more market action. Stay with us.